Alright, so what is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, and this is gonna be a slightly different Pokemon video. So, I have been going through all the leaks and rumors, right? So, all the leaks and rumors. If you don't know, um, yesterday was probably the biggest leak day, like, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bigger than the Nvidia leaks. It was bigger than the first part of the Terra leaks. It was insane. All right. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna take that back. I don't think this was bigger than Terra League One. I think Terra League One was bigger because that actually went on for like almost a week. But a lot of stuff happened yesterday, or day before yesterday. By the time you get this, actually, no, it might go out tomorrow, so it is what it is. But a lot of stuff happened there. The Legends ZA leaks, Generation 10 leaks. Another Legends game leaked, so apparently we're getting a Legends Galar now. Apparently there was going to be a Pokemon MMO, which is crazy how everybody is like shocked about this when I talked about this like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I talked about this. I went over the patents, the features, everything. This has been talked about for years, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, Pokemon MMO!" Yes, they patented a persistent Pokemon game like 2 years ago. All right, keep up with your boy. All right, but the fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the leaks are a double-edged sword. They're a good thing and a bad thing. Okay, I feel like the leaks are good because it's fun to talk about. All right, one of the most fun parts of a Pokemon cycle is the lead into the game. Because you get to talk about, you get to speculate, you get to go through all this stuff. I like it. It's fun. And I understand that the deluge of fake 4chan garbage that comes out really just kind of gunks up the airwaves of the Pokemon discourse. I understand that. But it's still fun to talk about, which is why occasionally I'll bust out an old faithful 4chan leak, you know. But I think this type of leak hurts the community in general, mainly because it does kind of kill the hype. Now, me personally, I can be hyped because I like to see things come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can know about a thing, but once I actually see it's real, I can still be hype about it because, it's actually real. I can, somebody can tell me like, oh yeah, well, such and such. Oh yeah, for real? And then once I actually see it, I can still be hype about it because I'm actually seeing it come to fruition. So like when Gen 10 gets announced officially, I can be hype about it because it's real now. You know what I'm saying? Now we can really speculate about it. But I do think it hurts the community. A lot of people have been saying that this was the day that Pokemon hype died, which yeah, I think Pokemon hype has been kind of going down for a while. Alright, ever since the discourse in Pokemon really kind of got ridiculous with Sword and Shield. You know what I'm saying? I still talk about Pokemon because I like it, but like I almost stopped covering Pokemon regularly when Sword and Shield came out. Like when the Sword and Shield discourse started and you had like the National Dex people and then the people was talking about the stupid tree, and it just wasn't fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? The Sword and Shield lead up was probably one of the most unfun lead ups to any game. And that includes like Sun and Moon. The Sun and Moon wasn't fun because Game Freak themselves was just basically talking about everything. Like every week there was another trailer just dropping more and more and more and more information. And by the time you got there, you had seen everything because Game Freak basically told you. The Sword and Shield lead up was just, it was just toxic, and so far that toxicity has kind of persisted, but it hasn't been that bad. Like it was kind of bad with Scarlet and Violet, but you can kind of wade through that. You know what I'm saying? We had Riddler Q, and the Riddler Q was dropping leaks, and that was causing a better discussion. We didn't have anything like that during the Scarlet and Violet, the Sword and Shield days. It was really just everywhere you went was just like, oh, bring back the National Dex, and Pokemon are lazy, all this other kind of stuff. But I think these leaks really do kind of damage the hype of the Pokemon games for the average person. And now, hopefully, the leaks, you know what I'm saying, are done. Hopefully, the Terra leak is over. Because the one good thing about this is not a new Terra leak. This is just more from what he had already. Because if you remember, the Terra leak guy told us before that he had Legends ZA, the game, or at least a 2-year-old build of the game. He has basically the Beyond Alpha version of Generation 10. So he had all this information anyway. He just didn't leak it. All right, which brings me to the other part of my little preamble here. Is I think that what he's doing here is like kind of negative. I think he's kind of doing toxic, is what it is. I think he's doing this against the Pokemon community. All right, because everybody's all hype about Legends ZA, and so then he pisses on that hype by leaking everything else. Whoever the leaker is, the Game Freak Off guy, is basically trying to screw over the Pokemon community. Alright, by basically manipulating the hype cycles, you know what I'm saying, leaking everything. I don't think this person is like a fan that's got hype. This person is an anti-Pokemon person, essentially. Alright. And I'm gonna cover the leaks. I'm gonna cover them because, again, I mean, it's fun to talk about. It's a lot to talk about. Alright, it's probably gonna take me a couple days to get through and confirm and before I can actually tell you what's going on. But it's a lot to process. All right, that's how much information dropped. But here's the thing: even with all that, it wasn't as big as the first Terra League. Because there's some things in the first Terra League I haven't even talked about yet. All right, you know, and there's some things that we haven't even got released yet. Like he still hasn't really gone into the lead up to Sword and Shield. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we got a ton of concept for X and Y, concepts for Sun and Moon, concepts for Scarlet and Violet. We don't have much for Sword and Shield, which I don't know why he's sitting on that. He need to hop off that if he got it, cause I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. So, tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the hype is dying because of this? Are you still going to be hyped when the stuff gets announced? Is real? Like, you know, another thing, before I go, I think some of this stuff might be fake. Because there's a lot of, like, weird, like, Sugimori, Masuda drama stuff in here that doesn't really seem like office stuff, right? Because I've seen, like, we've seen minutes from meetings, right? And I've been in office environments, so I know what the minutes from a meeting are like. I know what memos are like, you know, inside emails from on high. I know what all that stuff is like. But the drama stuff in here, like Masuda has so much power, and you know they banned him from directing Pokemon games because he was too powerful or whatever. It seems like a fan fiction. It seems like a dramatization of something. It seems kind of like a script for like a Netflix documentary. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really seem like something that you would have in like office documents. You know, so it is what it is. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.